You can only be rated for one mental health condition through the VA at a time. For example, you can't be rated for PTSD and another mental health condition like depression or anxiety. You only get one. Even if you have multiple mental health conditions, your VA rating will not increase. It doesn't matter what type of trauma you experienced or how many disabilities you have. What matters is how your symptoms affect you on a daily basis. As a young man, I thought I was a tough guy. I had it all together, but I was living a lie. I spent about 25 years wondering what was wrong with me, which means everyone has some type of mental illness, and you're among them. If you don't have a VA mental health rating, I recommend you see a psychologist and completely open up to them, because the mental health conditions you're hiding from yourself, they're frightening. It took me a while to get this concept of social and occupational impairment, so let me break it down for you and explain what I think it means. You can have severe social and occupational impairment, but you can also have a great job making $200,000 a year. You can still be married and have kids, and even some friends. What you need to be talking about are your daily frustrations that you go through being in that marriage with those kids and those friends, dealing with all that. You have to talk about that, how challenging it is. The opposite of that was easier for me to understand. When I was fired from my job, the wife left me, all the friends disappeared, and I was all alone, it was easy to understand the concept of social and occupational impairment. I was stuck out in a cabin in the middle of Montana, in the middle of nowhere, and like, oh, okay, this is what social and occupational impairment means. Yes, that's one version of it, but you can also function and have severe social and occupational impairment. The VA rates mental health disorders under the general rating formula for mental disorders. Doesn't matter which condition or combination of conditions you have, it's all rated the same way. So let's look at the rating criteria a little bit, and it all comes down to social and occupational impairment at 100%. Total occupational and social impairment, 70%. Occupational and social impairment with deficiencies in most areas, 50%. Occupational and social impairment with reduced reliability and productivity, 30%. Occupational and social impairment with occasional decrease in work efficiency. 10%. Occupational and social impairment due to mild or transient symptoms. And then 0% is a mental health condition that has been formally diagnosed, but symptoms are not severe enough to interfere with occupational and social functionings. So it all comes down to the general rating formula for mental disorders. Mental illness is a moving target, and it literally changes on an hour by hour and day-to-day basis. Some days you're up, most days you're down. That's just the way it goes. So since we all have mental health conditions to some degree or another, the reason why one veteran with a decent job that is married with children, and he gets a 70% rating, and then a combat veteran only gets a 30% rating, the only difference is how they talked about their symptoms in their C&P exam and reported them to the VA. One was honest and was talking about how life was a daily struggle, and the other guy, that guy, he's a tough guy. He has no problems. And to you guys, I say, what's your major malfunction, numbnuts? You're not helping the situation, man. We live on an island of denial where no one is willing to face their own problems head on, because what could possibly go wrong? Everything probably, right? Let me jump in here real quick and tell you about my boot camp. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, check out my boot camp. You can talk to me live. There's a link on the website and in the description, combatcraig.com. And also, if you need medical evidence like a nexus or documenting your symptoms properly, go to our website, combatcraig.com, and it says medteam/nexus letters. Click on that link, fill out the form. Boom, you're done.